This fellow, I've had a couple of them spawn lately at night. Oh, Iron Sword with Smite 5. I do believe that we will actually put that away later on when we get into Bibliocraft. We'll actually pull the enchant off of that, hopefully. But anyway, I wanted to start off this episode just letting you guys know the second half of my footage for this video kinda got messed up somehow, and so everything's built, but I'll be covering how I set it all up, and just let you guys kind of walk you guys through it before we jump into a little bit of new stuff today. So I do apologize about that, but yeah, let's jump into it then. Alright, welcome back to Asgaard, and welcome to the 10th episode of our Divergence modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you recall, last episode we started setting up the Forestry Multifarm. I've got some guys from the Nether that keep coming through here. But anyway, so I got that set up, and like I said, the footage got messed up for whatever reason, so I'm just going to walk you guys through it. Let's run over here really quick. Alright, so let's see, the carpenter and the thermionic fabricator, I do believe you guys are here for that. Let me see. Yes. Or wait. Sorry. But just in case, the thermionic fabricator is crafted like so. I know you guys were here for that. But just a recap, just a chest, 3 glass, sturdy casing with bronze around it, and then gold on the edges. And we put a breaker switch on there so we can flip that when we want to use it. I did mean to move it over to this side actually, but of course right now it's disabled with redstone. But you put your mats in here, put your recipe up here, and then glass in there to melt it once it gets hot enough. And you know, that's gonna get your stuff made. The carpenter is just made like this: 6 bronze, another sturdy casing, and then glass. Sturdy casing, of course, being 8 bronze ingots. And when you do this, you'll put water in here, and then your recipe here, and then your items down here. So, and this, of course, is disabled by redstone because of the breaker switch. I'll have to move it over there to fix that. Now, as far as the forestry setup over here, I'll show you something. Of course, I've got it running now, but the way I've got it set up is, of course, the fertilizer gets pumped up through here, and this is an iron transport pipe. And basically the clear side is where the items are going to go. The let me actually dig down here. The colored insides mean that items can't go back that way, but they can come out this way. So basically I did that because the fertilizer was trying to travel over here and the dirt was trying to travel down here, and of course getting turned around at the transport pipes, but it was causing a lot of lag. So basically now the dirt goes right into here with no issue, and same with the fertilizer. Now the thing about Buildcraft is, let's say we turn this on and start running it. Of course it's going to start pumping out dirt, but I'll show you what happens when this gets filled back up. And while we're waiting, I'll show you the other side over here. The way I've got it set up is another hatch set here, and this just runs constantly because there's really no issue with it. But you know, it pumps sand because you want a place for sand to go, because occasionally this dirt that you have up there is basically going to go bad. And yeah, see, the dirt is getting sent back, and it's just more of a hassle, and it actually does start causing lag, I've noticed. So I've just been toggling them off when I don't need them, because it does take a long time for it to run through all this dirt and a full stack of fertilizer. So until we get some better piping set up, that's just what I've been doing. We'll probably change it out, you know, once we get to, say, logistics pipes or something. Now, I did notice with this, of course, I've got a wooden transport pipe here, and I've got these diamond transport pipes. And basically, the way these work is they filter items. So, for example, they come in on the yellow side, and then they can exit out the black and the blue side. So when you go in here, you can just set the items, you know, like that. Pretty easy. But I've got it set up so that sand goes down the black side, and then saplings, apples, and wood go out the left. And then here, of course, we've got wood here, so wood can go down, saplings and apples to the left. And then here, saplings down, apples to the left. Now, I had this set up to accept the apples, but what was happening was, since the apples, let's grab an apple here, since they have different stages of rotting, what was happening was, after a very brief time, the apples started just basically skipping this because they couldn't go into here, so they were coming to the edge of this and then bouncing out, and right up here was just covered in apples. So you definitely want to set up a void transport pipe for that. So just be aware of that. We are going to set up, I think, something this episode for now, just to use up the apples and do something with them instead of just voiding them. But one thing I do plan on getting into pretty soon, I'm going to set it up in that building that I'm building, you know, across the river there. But we're going to start getting into biodiesel. Basically, we're going to have to build this machine right here that's going to take and crush plants down. And it uses the industrial squeezer, and it's going to make plant oil. So we'll just need, you know, 8 of those industrial squeezers and 19 light engineering blocks. And of course, here's some stuff that you can squeeze. And then we're also going to make one of these, and this is a fermenter that takes 8 fermenting blocks, 19 light engineering blocks to set that up. And that's going to ferment, you know, different things: melon, wheat, grapes, sugar cane, apples, potatoes. And that's going to ferment that and create ethanol. And then we can combine those two. We'll have to make a refinery here, but then we'll be able to refine those two together and actually start building up a surplus of biodiesel, which is very, very nice, for the record, because, let me see here, right here, and was it the diesel generator? Yeah. It's this big multi-block right here. It is really expensive. It's going to take 6 generator blocks, 9 radiator blocks, and 27 heavy engineering blocks. However, it will produce an incredible amount of power, and it looks really cool. So long term, I think that's what we're going to do with the apples. But like I said, we're going to have to get that room set up and everything. And those will probably get picked up in a second. But it's going to take a little bit to get into that. But yeah, I apologize that the video content for this episode was kind of lost there, because I wasn't able to set up all that on camera. But I feel like I covered everything that you guys had missed. I did have a creeper blow up right where my bed was earlier. I was actually just standing, I think, right in here and looking through this, and had a creeper blow up. It's because of this area down here. So I have had quite a bit of mob spawning down there. I'm going to have to end up doing something about that, but for now I'll just put these trapdoors there. And once I finish building this out, we'll actually do the basement and have a way down there and light it up and everything. So so that's why those trapdoors are there now, because I had a big hole right here. Actually, if I dig, yeah, you can see kind of where, you know, I just kind of covered it over with dirt. But yeah, so that's the main things I've done, I do believe. I also finally unlocked agricraft. So if you don't recall, let me pull it up here. It's the Admirable Magic. It took 30 of these, Glimmering Living Wood, which is just glowstone and living wood, hydrangeas, which of course are just mana powder and different petals, Endoflame, which once again is just mana powder and different petals, the Rune of Mana, which was kind of expensive. That took a little while, and getting all the mana pearls took a little while. However, loot bags is how I got most of the ender pearls, and I went down and went through a mine shaft, and a couple of those mining carts had a decent amount of ender pearls in them as well, so that definitely helped. Rune of Earth isn't too bad. Once again, that mana steel kind of hurt, but it does make 2 of those at a time. The block of coal took a while. And then, of course, 30 of these notable magic amplifications. Certus Quartz took a little while. Rune of Water, of course, is just like that. Whoops. Alright. Rune of Air is... What? What happened there? Rune of Air is like that. The mana steel, like I said, was really a pain, but the living wood was not bad now since we have the wood farm, and then of course just a bunch more petals. That wasn't difficult. And as far as seeds, this thing is awesome for getting seeds, just for the record, to use with that. So, but I finally did get that unlocked, so we're gonna jump into that today. So I guess we'll jump right into that, actually. And first thing you'll want to make with agricraft is the seed analyzer. And one thing that, or one of the reasons that we're really wanting to get into agricraft is because if you notice here, we can make seeds for a lot of different resources in the game, like Redstonendrum can actually grow redstone. You've also got Origold that grows gold. You've got this that grows quartz, nether quartz. You've got emeralds. You've got lapis lazuli, diamonds, just all different kinds of stuff. Tin, copper, plumbing is lead, silver. You know, you've got, you know, all kinds of metals and stuff. But I have been considering a way to get this automated, like as far as the farming of it. There's a few ways that we could go. Generally, when I play other packs, I do the farming station from Ender.io, but since this pack does not have Ender.io, our options seem to be Thaumcraft Golems, which of course we're still a good ways off from that, but that's one of the ones I'm considering. Also, Rotary Crafts fans, I do believe those work with agricraft, so we might possibly do that, but Rotary Craft is quite a ways off. Oops, tech. Yeah, it's right here. So I mean, we'd have to get this, that, that, just to get rotary craft, and I don't really have the resources at the moment to get that far, and then have the iron and stuff to get rotary craft going. So I think that one's out of the question. The other option seems to be Buildcraft's robots. So we might actually, in the next couple episodes, maybe, I'll have to look and see, but we might get into Buildcraft some. So, but we'll take a closer look at that. Probably next episode we'll start, really diving into what we're going to need to do to get those robots going for auto farming. No, that way. So anyway, to make this, you are going to need... Oh wait, I forgot to make glass panes. Let me make that real quick. Alright, but I want to get into this so we kind of can get some cactus and stuff going and different things like that we could definitely use, because I kind of used up all the cactus that we did get on fluid pipes and stuff, and totally forgot to save any more for that. So, and that gets us the seed analyzer. Now I'm just gonna, for right now, let me see, let me get some food real quick. And those cherries, if you notice, I planted those because before long we'll probably make the squeezer from Forestry, and these cherries actually make a ton of seed oil. I don't know if I told you already, but pretty soon we'll probably start getting into bees in an upcoming episode. And so when we do, we'll need the squeezer to make our apiaries. But anyway, the seed analyzer, I think we're just going to plop it down for right now. Actually, we'll just put it right here and kind of use this area here for right now. Oh wait, what am I doing? We'll use that area there. And the next thing you're going to want to make is the agricultural journal, which I have the ink sac here, and I do believe I have a feather right here. And then I did, yeah, I went and got some books. So we've got all of that. Now the first thing you're going to want to make is a book and quill, and then you're going to need, I know, 4 seeds and then crop sticks, but I think we can just use just some standard seeds that we've got. I'll use some of these wheat seeds that I have. And then crop sticks, the way you're going to make those, actually, let's just do that. And we'll just make a bunch of sticks, because we're actually going to need a bunch of crop sticks, so it's not really going to hurt anything. But just 4 sticks like that, it's going to get you 2 crop sticks. Pretty easy. And there we go. And then we'll just put the book and quill there in the middle, seeds around it, and then the crop sticks gets us an agricultural journal. And the best thing to do is just go ahead and throw this here. And what we're going to do is, let's see. Let me see here. Actually, cactus is sugarcane and poppy. Sugarcane is carrot and normal seeds. Let me see. And carrots, we're going to have to get a carrot. Well, I'm pretty sure we don't have any carrots presently. Well, Anyway, we'll start with wheat, just to kind of show you the basic concept in the event that you're not familiar with it. Before we get started with that, we're going to need some kind of a hoe, and I think, actually let me run over here. I don't know if I have any cobblestone left, or did I cook it all? Because I was making more roadblocks over there, and okay, I do have some. Just grab, actually no, because I was going to make the lumber axe, but now that we have a tree farm, the lumber axe isn't quite so important. But we're going to make a new tinker's tool, which is going to be the mattock. So let me find it here. The mattock takes an axe head, a shovel head, and then a tool rod. But it works as an axe, a shovel, and a hoe. It's a really, really nice, like, multi-purpose tool to get. So let's go ahead and we'll just make it out of cobalt, I guess. And the shovel head, come on. And once again, I do apologize about the video for the last episode. Because basically I split it in half because, wait, where did my, oh, okay. Well, let's make the mattock really, really quick, and then I can pick that up. But I'd end up splitting it the last episode because it was going to be so long, and then back half of it, you know, ended up getting messed up. So anyway, but that'll get us a cobalt mattock, which will serve our purposes very, very well. So what we'll want to do is let's run, yeah, I've got some seeds. Okay. And let me get this bucket out. Basically, we can throw these seeds in there and analyze them, and if you notice, they're 111. So, actually, let me go ahead and grab another thing of seeds here. So we've got two 111 seeds, and what that means is the 111, the growth is how fast it grows. The gain is when you harvest it, how much produce you're going to get from that plant, you know. I don't have a way over there. Awesome. And then the okay, yeah, we're having a water issue here. And then the strength is how well that it resists weeds. So, and I do believe, I'm not 100% sure, so I will let you know once I find out, but I do believe that weeds are enabled in this pack. I believe so. I know a lot of packs disabled them because honestly they are really a nuisance. No, wait. Oh. Okay. For some reason that tripped me up there for a second because I was like, that water shouldn't have came back. But then I realized, yeah, I'm thinking of my Infotech playthrough because water is not, you know, an infinite resource on there. So, but anyway, there we go. But I do believe that weeds are enabled in this pack, but I could be wrong, so I'll have to take a look at that and let you guys know. But basically, to use these seeds, you're going to plant these crop sticks down because, like, if you notice, I can't plant this even on farmland because once it's analyzed, it becomes an agricraft seed, and you're not going to be able to plant it on just standard farmland. But what you can do is you can plant these crop sticks down and then put your seeds on there, and they're going to start to grow. But what we're going to do here to speed it up is get some of this bone meal. I've been making a bunch of it for trying to find ores and stuff, and let's go ahead and bone meal this up. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to get these numbers up higher. Ideally, we want to get it up to a 10 10 10, which is the best, you know, that it can be. But it does take a decent amount of time, but you can... Oh wait, it's disabled on this pack. Okay, I was thinking of Infinity Skyblocks, I think. Lets you bone meal to speed up production on this, but we'll give that a second and let that run for just a moment while we go ahead and build a new machine here. So my inventory is getting bad. But basically we're going to crossbreed these two plants, and with them both being just standard wheat seeds, we're just going to get wheat out of it. But we'll get more into more in-depth crossbreeding later on. But for right now, we'll do that and kind of show you the idea of it, and then hopefully next episode I'll get more in-depth on it. So the next thing, well, I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to relog. I'm starting to get a little bit of lag build up. I don't know what it is. It just kind of happens after you play for a while on this pack, I've noticed. So I will be back in just a second. Okay, welcome back. Between when I cut and when I came back, I did go and get a couple carrots, turn them into seeds. So we do have a couple carrot seeds to work with. Basically, you can just throw carrots into a crafting grid and you'll get seeds from that. I also did look into the configs, and weeds are enabled in this pack. So unless you want to, go in there and change it, I leave it on because it adds, to the difficulty of agricraft. But just make sure and watch your plants. Weeds tend to spring up if you have just some loose crossbreeding crop sticks. That's the only time I've ever noticed them anyway. And actually, I think if you leave crop sticks, just like this, they'll come in as well. So just make sure something's planted there if you are crossbreeding at the time, or trying to, get better plants out of it. Do keep an eye on those, because you really don't want weeds coming in. They will make a big mess of your farm and stuff. So what we're gonna do here is, let me see, I believe we're gonna crossbreed this with seeds. Now, if you notice, it says sand down here. That means we're going to have to use sand to get sugarcane as a crossbreed from this. So what we're going to do here, let's see, do I have any sand left? I've got a couple here. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the sand down right here for now. And this also finished growing, so we'll go ahead and break this. Now, I will tell you that when I was looking at the configs, I did notice that the way it's set up in this pack, you're not going to be able to get a 10 10 10. The highest you're going to be able to go to is 666. So because in the configs you can set how high the maximum attainable level is, and in this pack it is 6. So we did get a little bit of growth as far as gain. Our gain went from 1 to 2, so we've got a 1 2 2. So what we'll do is we'll just break this and plant our new seed here. And I don't think we can actually change that back. I tell you what, for now I'm just going to throw it on the ground. I don't have space for that at the moment. I'm not entirely sure if they've fixed it. I know the last time I tried, you couldn't use the agricraft seeds with the Botania thing. But for right now, I'm just going to throw that on the ground. Or, you know, at least after you've scanned them. You could not scan them and use them. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get these carrots grown so we can start this crossbreeding. Oops. Okay, because your plants are going to have to be mature plants in order to crossbreed. So once they're up like this, don't harvest them. And this is generally the way I set it up. I've got, you know, some plants here that are making, you know, a stronger version, and then I've got them crossbreeding across, you know, across there. And that way we can kind of work on a few plants, because we want to get our wheat seeds up to 666 and our carrot seeds up there as well. See, that's weeds. If you notice on NEI, it says weeds have sprouted here. You just want to break those and just replant it. But we'll give that a minute to, you know, work, and we'll get started on something else that we're just going to build really, really quickly. I'll be honest with you, at the present moment, I don't really have a use for it. But we can get this fruit juice, and, you know, we'll be able to make biomass with it. We'll also, yeah, mainly with just, isn't it mulch? I know I see compost there. Yeah, you can do it with mulch and make biomass. So we're going to, right now, since we've got all these apples being made, we're going to go ahead and just get it set up to where we can actually start using that for, you know, something, even though it's not, we're not going to be using biomass right this second, but we'll go ahead and start generating some juice. So the first thing, let me go grab some wood actually, really, really quick, and let me grab something to eat so we can actually move. But sadly, the juice from forestry, I do believe that the only way that you can drink it is if you make cans, which those do take a little bit of material. You could make it out of tin, but you know, I don't think it's going to replace our apple trees up there or anything. So, but we're not going to get this. I don't know. We're probably not going to get this fully set up because I know this episode's already running about 30 minutes. Okay, let's drop that. And we'll grab these new seeds wherever they went. Where did they go? What the hell? I just broke that. I could have swore that said seeds. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that was just weeds. Alright. But anyway, we probably won't get this built today, but I am going to show you how we use the rolling machine. There they are. And iron. Now basically the rolling machine is a block from Railcraft, and we'll just set it up right here for now. And then I made a bunch of steel in anticipation for this. Let's see. I don't think we're going to need that much of it. I think 32 is what we're going to want for right now. Maybe. So we can just throw that in there and let that start making steel plates for us. And while that is running, we're going to want to make the squeezer now from forestry. So to do that, we're just going to, actually, we're going to need a sturdy casing here, and just glass and tin, like so. That gets us the squeezer, and let's see, do we have I'm out of MV wires? Am I? Or, oh no, got one right here. That's perfect. So what we're going to do is... Oh, I forgot the... Man, all I'm getting is weeds. I hate it. Let's grab the MV wire cable here. And what we're going to do is we're going to set this up, actually, right here above ground. And I'm thinking... Yeah, I'm thinking right here would be best. And we'll just run power over to it just like this. It's not going to be pretty, but hey, that's okay. And let's dig down like 4. Yeah. And whoops. Oh. Forget how strong that thing is. And then we'll just use these golden transport pipes. And it should start pumping apples up into this. And if you notice, it'll start squeezing them. And then that's going to turn into fruit juice. Like I said, we can actually drink this if we make 10 cans. I'll show you in just a second. I know this episode's going to be running a little bit over 30 minutes, but I kind of wanted to show you guys something new. It's not something we're not gonna just immediately... Oh, we got seeds here. Now see, why is it doing that? Okay, maybe in this pack we have to let the seeds fully mature before we can break them, because it's the second time I know I've had seeds, and when I break them, I don't get anything. So my advice is, I guess, just let them fully grow, because when they were mature, they broke just fine. So don't break them when they're just, just starting out or whatever, I guess. So now we're going to need those plates. Let's go ahead and let it craft that. Or finish crafting that. And then what we can do is, see, we can actually take these just like that, and that gets us steel tank walls. And let me throw some of all this shit into here. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. Like I said, I was originally, this episode was going to be setting up the second half of the forestry farm, and it kind of lost that that stuff. So I kind of had to just improvise a little bit. So, but like I said, we'll end up using this, this biomass that we're going to be making, because there's actually some really good power generation with it. So we'll set it up just like this for now. And let me go ahead and run over here and sleep real quick. And yeah, but hopefully before too long this stuff's gonna be moved out of here. I still gotta finish working on the building over there. It's coming along at a decent rate, but it is taking a little while to build, because the worst thing is I don't have access to any kind of a cobble gen or any way to just make resources much. Now, at least finally now I've got wood, and that that has helped out quite a bit with some things. But We'll just make it like this for now. Basically, you can make these any variation of the heights you can do. You can do it either 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 high. And then the diameters you can either do 3 by 3, 5 by 5, 7 by 7, or 9 by 9. So any variation combination of those works for this. So we've got the steel tank walls. Now there's a couple other things that you can make with this, which we're going to do really quickly. Let me grab this out of here, and let me grab, no, that's not what I want. 4. No, we want 6. Yeah, okay. So we're going to want to make some iron bars, and these go on the outside if I recall correctly, and then your steel in the middle. Now you can actually make these tanks out of iron, but they do hold quite a bit less. So with this pack, honestly, I would suggest just go ahead and make it out of steel, but that's just me. So, but that'll get you steel tank valves, and then you can also do like this, and then glass panes in the middle. No, I lied. Oops. Why does it do that to me? Okay. Do it like that, and that gets you steel tank gauges, which just kind of lets you see inside. You don't have to do it, but personally I like it because it does allow us to, you know, kind of look inside the tank and get a visual representation of how full the tank is. But let's go ahead, and we're going to set up valves on both sides. I tend to like having one on each side because then you kind of have an input and an output side. And for the record, you do want these valves to be pretty low in the tank. I believe like the bottom layer above the base works for it to be able to extract. Otherwise it won't be able to extract it. So what's really cool is generally I'll build the big ones. When we actually set up our base, I'll probably, you know, rebuild this as the really big, the 9 by 8 by 9. But I'll usually have the inputs at the top, and you'll actually see the, you know, the liquid falling down, which is, I don't know, I kind of like it. But yeah, see, so far we've only gotten 300 fruit juice. It's not a ton, but it's something that we can just passively get with our apples. So we're going to use a wooden fluid pipe here, and let me see, yeah, here it is, and then golden fluid pipes like this. And then of course we're going to have to set up this engine here to pull it out. I did forget to grab some cobble. I'll tell you what, just to save on time, let me just grab some cobble from down here for right now and make a lever, and we'll turn this on and it'll start pulling that out. And if you notice now, it says fruit juice 300 millibuckets, and it can hold 1,152,000 millibuckets. So it will take it a good while to fill this up. That's why I'm not too worried about making, you know, just a massive tank with this right now. And it's something that we'll eventually use once we get into making biomass. Now you are also going to want to set up, I don't have the stuff together, and I know this episode's running long, but I'll probably set it up off camera. It won't take me but a second. But basically you're going to want to set up another extraction. Man, more weeds, I swear. Weeds, and carrot seeds. You're going to want to set up another extraction pipe because that fruit juice, let me pull it up here. let's see. Yeah, the fruit juice does have an 8% chance to create mulch, which we will use because if you notice, let me pull up the, you can make different soils from botany, which are kind of nice, you know. Of course, there's flower beds and stuff too, but see, like damp, acidic, damp, those are all damp, but dry, acidic, dry. There's different soil types that are going to let us grow different plants once we get into botany. So it's definitely worth holding on to the mulch. Let me see. And there's other stuff that we can do with it as well. Yeah, we can make humus, bog earth. Of course, we can ferment it to make the biomass with the fruit juice, which is what we're probably going to end up, you know, doing at some point. And then, of course, the fruit juice, the main thing that we're going to be saving it up for is the use with the fermenter to make the biomass. However, you can use it to make these juice cans. Let's see here. But yeah, you can get juice cans, juice capsules, juice buckets, juice void capsules, magic capsules, and juice capsules. And then the cans, you can actually just make those with 3 tin and you get 8 of them. And let's see. I think I have some tin around here, and I'll just really quickly show you, you know, how that works. Just really quickly before we cut. The mulch, I'm not too worried about, you know, having to have that redstone engine set up right this second, simply because it is going to take it a while to build up a stack, and that thing can hold on to it for us for just a minute. So I'm gonna grab eat just one of those so I can move a little bit faster. And by the way, I did realize that these won't explode, so you don't have to worry about them running fast. That's fine. But you can just put your can into there, and you know what? Actually, let me go grab some apples really quick. Apologize about this. I know the video's running pretty long, but we're gonna check and see here. I do believe that you can just drink the apple juice. So if we get to where we have quite a bit built up, and you know, we've got a lot of tin, which I tend to find tin veins a lot. So honestly, getting tin's not too big of a concern. But we're gonna see really quick, because I don't know if this stuff will actually rot. And you know, I also don't know what kind of hunger it's going to restore. It could actually be a really good food source for us. So, like long term, once it kind of gets built up, assuming that it doesn't rot. But we'll see. So we'll throw that in there and let it build up just a bit. Now, I will say that these water tanks really are not cutting it on the water end of things. It's definitely not doing the trick. So I'm hoping that we can get into thermal expansion before too terribly long. But anyway, we got ourselves a juice can, and oh, we can't. Oh, he just did. Huh. It didn't seem to restore any hunger or anything, but he just drank it. Huh. Well, I guess I wouldn't suggest it. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't say that it restores any hunger. Well, anyway, but we'll save that up and use it for biomass down the road. So I apologize if this episode was kind of drug out, but we did get that set up, and before long we'll start using the biomass maybe, and also that biodiesel I want to get into before too long. So I'll try to get that stuff set up, that building set up, and maybe next episode we'll start looking into biodiesel. Well, we'll probably start trying to automate farming with possibly the robots from Buildcraft. So yeah. But once again, I do apologize about the original content of this episode kind of getting messed up, but hopefully that doesn't happen to us again. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, please comment, like, subscribe, share, and if you have any suggestions of things that you would like to see. I know this episode wasn't covering exactly what I wanted to be covering, but it was kind of, I kind of ran into that issue and everything, and I do apologize about that. But yeah, so stay tuned for next episode. It'll be out in a couple days, and until then, take care, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.